good, everybody? It's your boy Everton, and today I've actually completed my first 30 days with Visible Wireless. Now, guys, yeah, I did sign up for Visible Wireless about a month ago, and it's been a pretty good service. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually very happy with it. There are a couple quirks about it. One of them did cause me an inconvenience, what I'm going to talk about as well. But for the most part, I really like the service, and I'm going to talk about that today. Also, guys, if you guys do want to sign up for Visible, there's a link in the description. You guys can check it out. Click on the link, and it'll take you right to Visible, show you, basically what they have to offer. Also, if there are any promotional codes, I will leave it in the description as well. So definitely check the description for that as well. But let's go ahead and get into the video. So why would anybody actually start using Visible? Well, to be honest with you, it's a very no-nonsense service, right? They offer one plan, which is unlimited data and unlimited hotspot, which was very appealing to me. It's not like you hit 50 gigabytes, use 50 gigabytes of high-speed data, then it slows down to like 2G speeds or something like that. There is no cap. It's just unlimited data, unlimited hotspot, which I was definitely a fan of. And I think people who are looking to maybe leave their big carrier that they're paying all this money for, and maybe they're like, hey man, I haven't called customer service in like 15 years, nor have I been to a store in so long, only when I want to purchase a phone. Why am I paying all this extra money for features I don't use? All I do is use the calling service and the data. Or you could have a situation where people are with maybe like another prepaid service, and maybe there are more restrictions toward it. You want to go through something that is maybe a little bit straightforward. You don't want to have to look at the data or anything like that. So it's just straightforward, unlimited everything, right? And so I think those are the two reasons why someone would necessarily go on to Visible Wireless. So as far as like the call quality and data quality, I'm super happy with it. Streaming media, playing games, downloading apps, you wouldn't have any real issues with that. As far as deprioritization, which means that, hey, if the network is congested, how does the service perform? Well, I have dealt with like congested networks, and there is deprioritization. You can definitely notice when the network is a bit slower. Have I had any dead stops? No, but I have had like really slower service in one congested area. Now, to give Visible credit, my service was still going, it was just slower. So as far as data speeds, I'm super happy with it. Definitely able to stream media, play games. I haven't had any slowdown really. And for the most part, we're looking at static pages most of the time. The most data hungry thing would be playing high resolution videos, and once again I was able to do that. I also do use a VPN. I use NordVPN to bypass the limitation of a 480 streaming. So there is optimization for 480 whenever you stream videos on their data. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I'll stream and it'll default to 720, which is kind of weird, but I use a VPN to go all the way to 1080. But other than that, data speeds have been great. I haven't really had any interruptions. Also, one thing is that when I'm in more rural areas, sometimes I have to like pick my daughter up and drive her to different things that she has to go to. I'll drive through rural areas, and my daughter used to kind of complain when she was on Mint that, hey dad, the internet's not working. Well, since she had my phone with Visible, she hasn't had that complaint anymore. It has a more concentration of data in rural areas, so it's actually worked a little bit better. It's not as fast as Mint Mobile when you're in like good areas. Like Mint Mobile's faster whenever it's like morning time, not a lot of people on the network. But when things are in the hard to get areas, Visible comes through for the win. And also when it's really congested, Visible also works a lot better. Now, it does have visual voicemail. There was an odd quirk about the visual voicemail that I did notice. The app that comes with the phone, and that you can, when someone leaves you a voicemail, you don't have to dial your voicemail anymore. There's a proprietary app that gets downloaded to your phone, and that is anytime that someone leaves you a message, you can play it without having to call your voicemail box. Now, the odd quirk about it is that it can only hold 20 voicemails, but that's not that odd because there's limitations to other voicemail boxes as well. But the odd quirk is that no matter what the length of the voicemail, it's just 20. So if someone would call you and leave you a one-word voicemail that said, hey, and hang the phone up, you would have room enough for 19 more voicemails. On the opposite spectrum, if someone called you and left a 3-minute voicemail and then hung up, you'd still have space for only 19 more voicemails. So it's not capacity based in the sense of like length that you use. It just only has the capacity to do like 20 voicemails, no matter time or length of the voicemail that's left for you. So I thought that was kind of weird, but it is what it is. So just be aware of that. So the next thing that I want to talk about is their payment. So when I signed up, I did use a promo code that gave me like half off the service for the first 3 months, right? And so I paid, my bill monthly is about $20. I'm not part of Party Play, which is where you can join someone's party and pay $25. I will join someone's party, or I'll leave my party in the link, but I'm not going to join someone's party until or have that come into play until that promotion kind of runs out, because I'm already paying less than what I would pay with Party Play. So anyway, so I noticed that like I set up my payment on there, and like I went back a few days later, I was like, you know what, let me just pay for the 3 months right now. It'll be $60 in total. Let me just get out the way. I don't have to worry about it anymore, right? And that is something that people have told me about, like the service on Mint Mobile. They're like, hey, I'm happy that I can just pay my bill ahead of time and not really have to worry about it. And whenever people leave that comment under my Mint Mobile videos, I would think to myself, who cares? You can do that with any service. Like, you could pay your Netflix bill 2 years ahead of time if you want to. Just put $200 for it or whatever. So, you know, I never really responded like that, but I was like, who cares, right? You can do that with anybody. That's something to call out for Mint. Well, apparently I was wrong, right? Visible Wireless does not allow you to prepay for your prepaid service when you want to, right? They have this restriction that says basically you can only pay your bill when it's within 7 days of its upcoming due date, and also it has to be exactly $40, right? I thought it was weird, right? And I was like, I don't understand that. And to be honest with you, I do find luxury or happiness or comfort within not having to pay or worry about paying a $20 bill. It's something that's not on my priority of my mind or et cetera like that. You do have the ability to put on auto pay. So like it kind of takes one level of worriness about it. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you guys a little issue. So when I was signing up for Visible Wireless, I actually tried to buy an iPhone through their service, right? I actually tried to buy an iPhone and it would not let me buy an iPhone for some reason. Like, I was putting my credit card. I tried like 4 different credit cards. It said the phone was in stock. I wanted to get an iPhone. It just would not let the purchase go through. And I was getting really frustrated. So I was like, no, whatever. I went to another retailer, bought a phone that was compatible. And one of the reasons why I was so concerned with buying it through them is because, well, they don't support every phone, right? They don't support every phone that's out there. They do have a more restricted list of what phones they support. So anyway, though, I did find out. So I found out the model of one that they supported. I went to a retailer, purchased a phone, and then, you know, put in the IMEI checker. They sent out the phone. They sent out the SIM the next day. So I was like, okay, cool. They let me order the SIM. I paid for the first month of service, and it was all good. But when I paid for my first month, I signed up for automatic bill pay. So anyway, I wake up this morning and I get this notification on my phone that says, hey, looks like you missed a payment. And I was like, how? It's on auto pay. So basically the payment didn't go through for that auto pay. I don't know what it is with, I'm not gonna blame it on Visible, right? Like, I don't know, maybe it's my card, whatever. But the bigger point is that I'm in my 30s. I haven't had my cell phone cut off, for non-payment, I should say. I've had other issues where I couldn't make a phone call with other companies for whatever reason. But for non-payment, that hasn't happened to me since I was like 16. I'm not knocking anybody else's struggle. We all got hard time. But for me personally, I haven't had my cell phone service cut off for non-payment in ever. Why won't you let me pay ahead of time? It could be that they report quarterly, right? It could be that they report, a lot of companies have quarterly earnings. If they have a strong quarterly earning in the first quarter of the month, and then, but that's because everybody already paid for the upcoming year, so you guys will have less income coming over monthly. Maybe that's what it is. I'm really trying to rack my brain on why you guys won't allow me to pay my bill ahead of time, but you know, it is what it is. So when I woke up this morning, my service had been interrupted. I'm not sure if they tried to run it at midnight, 3 a.m. I really don't know. But when I woke up, the service was interrupted. I immediately paid it, and then the service was restored. All I did was I recycled the service, and it was back on. Also, it did give a little verbiage. I said, hey, it could take about 5 minutes to restore, blah, 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 whatever. So at the end of the day, it was a minor problem, but at the same time, let me pay my bill when I want to. Other than that, I think the service is actually perfect, right? Like, it hasn't had any other interruptions. Call quality has been great. I haven't had to worry about like hotspot running out or anything like that. But other than that, I actually really like the service. I think those are kind of the only two caveats that I've noticed. You know, you got a consistent bill each month. You don't have to worry about data capture, your data running out. You have unlimited hotspot. Call quality is great, and you get service in more rural areas. I actually think it's a great pickup. Just let us pay our bill whenever you want to. All right, well, anyway, guys, that's it. Just had a quick video for you guys. The next time I make a video, I'll probably be in a different location. I am moving. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys' time. And I'm Everton, and I do videos Everton's way. Peace.